Hello world! Welcome back to another Inter-Galactic CTF 2022 write-up video. In this video, we'll be walking through both intermediate web challenges in the CTF. Let's get into it. So let's start with Web 4, Walk the Keyboard Walk. It appears they removed our last method of getting in and changed the password, sadly. I wonder if they weakened the password to make it more memorable now. Log in and retrieve the flag. So this is more of a password guessing type challenge. If you look at the title, it says Walk the Keyboard Walk. And if the password is guessable, which is implied by how they weaken the password to make it more memorable, if we put two and two together, the most commonly used password is QWERTY, which is literally walking down the first 6 keys of the letters on the keyboard. So keeping all that in mind, let's go ahead and open up the URL. And we're going to do admin with password QWERTY, QWERTY, all lowercase, login. And there's our flag, IGE, why use big words? We'll copy that, paste it, and we'll move on to Web 5, one by one. They've upgraded their passwords once again. However, I think there is something off about their new error messages. Log in and retrieve the flag. Okay, let's open up the new URL. Let's close that one. And if we do admin and some random password, password isn't 8 characters. So our password needs to be 8 characters. Now, if we do admin and 8 characters, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it says letter at index 0 is incorrect. Okay, so now we have our parameters for the password. It's 8 characters, and it tells us whether it is correct or not. So we can easily write a little script that'll pretty much brute force the password for us. And I'll show you what that looks like now. So I had this web5.py script that I was using, and this is what I wrote. I imported the subprocess and string libraries. I started off with an empty password, of course, because that's what we're going to be building. And I said for I in range of 8, which will be 0 to 7, because we want to do 8 iterations. And then I do for C in ASCII letters and digits, which comes from the string library, which is saying, okay, we're going to try all letters and digits. Now, there could have been special characters, but I didn't throw those in to start with, because if the password was just letters and digits, then I wouldn't have any need to actually test for special characters and go by faster. So it was just a good thing to test out from the get-go. Then I define a variable called out, which is just running the check output function from subprocess, which will basically, what you can do is run a Linux command or bash command or shell command inside of the first parameter that you pass in and grab the output of that command. So of course I use curl, TAC-S is silent, TAC-D is data, which is going to be uname, admin, and password, which are the variables when you submit these through a post request. And then of course I attach the password as we're getting it built. And then we're adding a character on, right? Because we're trying each character at a time from our character set. And then I add just a random filler in here, right? So I just did lowercase a's, and we do 8, right? Because that's the length of the password, minus I, which is the index, minus 1, because we already use a character each time, or add a character each time, so we have to do that extra minus 1. And then TAC-X just defines what type of HTTP request we're sending, which is post, of course. And then there's the URL, shell equals true. It makes it so that I can just put the whole command in double quotes rather than having to do the weird bracket thing or whatever that you have to do without the shell equals true thing there. And then I have this print out here, which I don't need anymore because that was just for testing. Then I check to see if our index plus incorrect, right? Because that's kind of the format they have going here. And we can just verify that by using the index each time, is not in our out, so our result. Then we're going to append the character that we're on here that didn't trigger the error message to our password. And then we're going to print out the password each time. And then we're going to break, of course, if the character is correct, right? Because we don't want to keep looping through all these characters. There's no need. We just want to go on to the next index. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and run it and see how it works, right? So let's do ./web5.py. So we got a lowercase j, then a 5, then an A, then a D and a C, and a Y, and then a B, and then a V. And that should be our password. So let's do admin, and then that is the password. And there we go. IGE leaky error messages is our flag. So we'll copy that, paste it in, and submit. All right. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.